Hi there. Welcome to my every other week Facebook Live event. I'm Dr. Shiroko Sokitch, owner of the Heart to Heart Medical Center and the author of the book, Healing When It Seems Impossible, 7 Keys to Defy the Odds. And today I'm going to talk about sciatica. Now, sciatica is, I'm just going to give you a little brief description. Sciatica is basically pain that comes from your butt, somewhere in your butt cheek, and it usually goes down your leg. It actually originates from an impingement in the nerves that are in your spine. So it's not really caused by pain in your leg. It's actually caused by nerve pain. So, and sciatic is the longest nerve in the body, and it starts in the spine at about L4 level. And it comes out in your butt between certain muscles, and then it goes down the back of your leg. And so when you have pain that's in your butt and then it goes down into the back of your, or the side or back of your leg, down to about your knee or below, down to your ankle even, that is usually a symptom that you have sciatica. And it can be caused by a lot of different things. And since I do Chinese medicine, I'm going to talk to you about it from the perspective of Chinese medicine and also Western medicine, so bringing the two together. So the first thing is that it's more common when you have a sedentary job or where you sit a lot, because our spines get more compressed when we're sitting all the time. And you know, the latest science on sitting is that it's not healthy for you to be sitting all the time. And so now stand-up desks are more popular. Actually, I'm sitting at a stand-up desk right now. But anyway, so sitting all the time, winter is the time of year when it's more prone. In Chinese medicine, the kidneys rule your low back and your knees and your bones and your overall sense of having energy and big transitions in life. So the kidneys really have a lot to do with issues in your low back. And so if you have sciatic pain and it's caused by something that's happened in your low back, then most likely there's a deficiency of some sort. So, and stay tuned. I'm going to show you a few exercises. So we're going to transition this class to the floor in just a few minutes. But I want to explain a couple other things. So another thing that can cause sciatic pain is called cold dampness. So a lot of people who are more prone to sciatica might get a problem in the winter when it's colder and damper and more rainy or snowy. So you might have more problems at that time of year, but also if you eat a lot of cold, damp foods. So things like actually beer or ice cream are two of the coldest, dampest foods that you can eat, and they can cause damage to your digestive system, which can cause dampness in the rest of your body. Not saying don't drink beer or eat ice cream, but those are two foods that are connected with what's called cold dampness invading your body. So one of the most favorite treatments that I recommend for sciatica is acupuncture. And acupuncture is using tiny little needles that will help move energy. Anytime you have pain in any part of your body, it's because energy is not moving, because energy is stuck someplace. And so what you want to do is you want to be able to get that energy moving. Another thing that's a popular advice for people who have any sort of pain is to put ice on it. The only time you should use ice for something is if it's hot and red and swollen, like when you sprain your ankle and it gets hot and swollen. So you use ice right then, or if you have like a swollen knee that's been injured recently, then you would put ice. But at other times, and especially with sciatica, because that's more connected to a chronic deficiency of something, you'd want to use heat. So you can use a heating pad or take a hot bath with Epsom salts. That would possibly help. Or put a hot shower, warm water in that area. So things like that are very, very helpful. There are also some Chinese herbs that will help. And one other thing if you are a person who's experiencing cold damp and you don't know what it is, or you're not one of the people who comes to see me regularly, then eating warming foods, so soups and stews and warm foods. You could drink hot tea or hot coffee with some, coconut milk in it or something like that. That's warming, and that will help increase sort of the warmth in your body. You can use certain spices that are warming, like paprika or chili pepper or cinnamon. Those are warming spices. So if it's a situation where you've been eating maybe a lot of cold foods, switch to eating more warm foods. It's one of the things that I teach in teaching people how to manage their body through the seasons. When it's colder season, or when the weather's really cold, you want to warm your body and you want to treat it like you want to give it more warmth. And so you don't want to eat icy cold foods at that time of year or during a time when the weather's like that. So there's a couple of things to pay attention to. One is if you drive a lot and you sit in your car a lot, make sure that you adjust the seat of your car to elevate so that your knees are not above your pelvis. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. And another thing that will help is also to use like one of these massage guns and massage the area. Not too hard, especially if you're older, not too hard. But you can turn it on, and you can, I'm going to show you this, you can massage the sciatic area, like right here, where it might be hurting. You can also kind of massage your low back with it, not on your spine. Don't massage directly on the bones ever. Just massage around the muscles. And then you can again get in here and massage that area of your buttocks. And if you want to, you can also go down your leg and massage down your leg like this. I'm lifting my leg for you. So that's one way. And then I'm going to show you now a couple of exercises. So we've talked about several things. We've talked about what might cause it, how to make sure that your seat gets adjusted properly when you're driving, and also when you're sitting a lot during the day, that you have the right ergonomic sitting setup for yourself so that your body is properly supported. Acupuncture is a great solution. Eating warm foods in the winter if it's caused by coldness. Applying heat to your low back. Using a massager. And now I'm going to show you some exercises. I'm so excited to do this. So hang on. I'm going to come sit over here on the floor. This is my little office space here, and I love sharing it with you. I don't know if you can see all the fun pictures that I have hanging on the wall. But the first thing is, so your sciatic nerve is compressed, right? So you want to create space. Basically, you want to create space in the area where the nerve is. So the first thing is your spine, is you want to like lengthen your spine if you can. And you want to also strengthen your core. So I'm just going to show you a couple of little exercises that might help you. So the first thing is, if you lay on the floor like this, and one of the things is that you want to lay your spine down sort of one vertebra at a time and get your whole entire spine on the floor. So when in a normal position, there's a gap here with your normal curve, right? And in order to lengthen it, you want to pull in your belly and you want to get your whole spine on the floor. And you can just do this. I'm just going to make sure you see me well enough. You can just do this a few times very gently, but what you're doing is you're pulling in your belly muscles and you're releasing your spine. So you're pulling in your belly muscles and getting your whole entire spine on the floor like this. Not rough, just be very, very gentle, and then curl it back up into its normal position. And if you just do that a few times, that will open up your spine a little bit. You can also lift your butt just a little bit and get your middle spine down onto the floor, and then gently kind of curl it back down, and then curl it back up very gently and slowly, and back down. And another exercise that's very effective for the sciatic is if you take your, let's say it was this side that you had sciatic, is you lift your leg and cross it over the other one like this, and then that can open up this area. And very gently, if you can lift your other leg. This is a yoga pose, and you can create a stretch in here. So that's a really good gentle stretch that you can do for your sciatic nerve. And that, I'm going to leave it at that for now. You can learn from physical therapist or a Pilates instructor or a yoga instructor. You can learn more exercises that will help support your low back and strengthen your sciatic nerve, or stretch your sciatic nerve and help you have some relief. But those are things that you can do. One other, I'm going to just give you one other exercise because it's so easy. Just, just sit with your legs straight in front of you like this, and then lean forward. And again, you want to feel the pull in your butt. So kind of keep your toes flexed like this. Keep your toes flexed. And then lean forward. And you lean forward from your low back, not from your belly, but from your low back. Kind of lean into so that you can feel the stretch in your butt. So that's a third exercise that you can do. I hope you found that helpful, and I'm going to sign off now, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat, and I will answer them, and I look forward to seeing you sometime soon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.